right. Hey, everybody. My name is Laila al-Sanna al-Andalusiyya, and I will be your host today. We are very happy and proud to present for you a assortment of entertainments by courtesans from around the known world, although most especially from the courtesan guild in the East Kingdom, because this is our special day of the courtesan college in our virtual Penzic. But we do have some out of kingdom guests as well, which is very exciting. So I am going to go ahead and get the evening started. Our first performer this evening is the Honorable Lady Ajir Tsagaan, who is from the East Kingdom and is also my partner. She is going to be presenting original music for you today. I'm going to pass it off to her now.
Well, hello, everyone. All right. So Laila said I should do around 3 songs. I figured I would do 2 originals, and just for giggles, I'd throw in a cover there in the middle. So the first one I'm going to do is one that I wrote for Fortune's Reign. It's called Rose in the East. Oh, the rose in the east blooms fairest at dawn, as she raises her face to the morning, as the first light turns shadows to silver and bronze, and the lark in the meadow is singing. I've been gone for too long, and I must set my course towards the dawn, towards the sun. I will ride through the night with my stars as my guide. I will run, waiting for none. For the rose in the east blooms fairest at dawn, as she raises her face to the morning, as the first light turns shadows to silver and bronze, and the lark in the meadow is singing. There's no fire that can turn, that can bar my path to return. I will burn, I will shine in the night like a phoenix on fire. I will run, racing the sun. For the rose in the east blooms fairest at dawn, as she raises her face to the morning, as the first light turns shadows to silver and bronze, and the lark in the meadow is singing. Thank you. All right. I don't usually do covers, but I was in the mood to today. So this song is called Daily Growing. It is by the Celtic folk band Altan. Trees, they grow high, and the leaves, they do grow green. Many's the time my true love I've seen. Many an hour I have watched him all alone. He's young, but he's daily growing. Father, dear Father, you've done me great wrong. You have married my to boy who is too young. I am twice 12 and he is but 14. He's young, but he's daily growing. Daughter, dear daughter, I've done you no wrong. I have married you to a great Lord's son, and he will be a man for you when I am dead and gone. He's young, but he's daily growing. Father, dear father, if you see fit, we'll send him to college for another year yet. I'll tie up a ribbon all around his hair to let the maidens know that he's married. One day I was looking on my father's castle wall. I spied all the boys playing with a ball, and my own true love was the flower of them all. He's young, but he's daily growing. So early in the morning, at the dawning of the day, they went into the hay fields to make some sport and play. And what they did there she never would declare, but she never more complained of his growing. At the age of 14 he was a married man. At the age of 15, the father of my son. At the age of 16, his grave it did grow green, and death had put an end to his growing. I'll buy my love some flannel and make my love a shroud, and every stitch I put in it, the tears I pour down. And every stitch I put in it, the tears I will flow. Cruel fate has put an end to his growing. After all, it wouldn't be a Celtic song if everyone didn't die at the end, right? All right. And lastly, I shall do Fields of Lyonesse, which some of you have already heard. In the morning, the air was sweet with springtime, and the grass was green where it grew. Overhead, the birds were softly singing on the fields of Lyonesse, where I said goodbye to you. Oh, look for me when the crescent moon is rising. I'll come to you along the shore. Oh, I cannot stay, for I soon must be returning to the green, green fields where I went to war. So that morning I rode away to battle, for to fight for kingdom and crown. Overhead the ravens were falling on the green, green fields where I lay me down. Oh, look for me when the crescent moon is rising. I'll come to you along the shore. Oh, I cannot stay, for I soon must be returning to the green, green fields where I went to war. In the evening, the light was quickly fading, and the red, red blood turned dark before my eyes. Overhead, the crescent moon's rising on the green, green fields where I went to die. So look for me when the crescent moon is rising. I'll come to you along the shore. Oh, I cannot stay, for I soon must be returning to the green, green fields where I went to war. Thank you. All right, so that is my songs. And a cat who's trying to knock over my stuff. You little bastard. This guy.
That's our cat.
This is brave Sir Robin. Otherwise known as the cat who screams.
I love him. I love your cat, and I love that he screams.
Did you just make him bravely run away?
All right. I'll let Lila take it back over here.
Thank you for filling time while I ran from one room into the other. That was our fabulous Ajir Tsagaan. She is a member of the House of the Lotus in the East Kingdom. And next up, we have another member of House of the Lotus, because it's my household, and I made everybody in my household perform. So next up, we have Berakha, who is going to be performing 2 Hebrew songs and a Ladino song. Take it away, Berakha.
Hi, everybody. I hope we're all having a wonderful Penzik virtually in isolation.
Wonderful to see you.
And I'm going to kick it off with the one period song in tonight's repertoire, Una Yo Nací, which is in Ladino, and it's one of my favorites, and I love it very much, and I hope you do too. Una yo nací, a las dos me engrandecí. Una yo nací, a las dos me engrandecí, a las tres tomé amante, a las cuatro me casé. A las tres tomé amante, a las cuatro me casé. Alme vida corazón, alme vida corazón. Dime niña, ¿dónde vienes? Que te quiero conocer. Dime niña, ¿dónde vienes? Que te quiero conocer. Si tú no tienes amante, o dejará de aprender. Si tú no tienes amante, o dejará de aprender. Al mi vida corazón, al mi vida corazón. Yéndome para la guerra, 2 besos a la rendí. yéndome para la guerra, 2 besos a la ready. El uno es para mi madre, el otro para ti. El uno es para mi madre y el otro para ti. Ay, mi vida, corazón. Ay, mi vida, corazón. The next one is a personal favorite. It's not period, but it's period-ish. A lot of belly dancers like this one, and I love it. Also, another love song. Wow, who would have thought, right? Erev shel Shoshanim, netzena el habustan, mor b'samim ulevona, לרגלך מפתן. ערב של שושנים, נצאנה אל הבוסתן, מור בשמים ולבונה, לרגלך מפתן. לילה יורד לאט, ברוח שושן נושבה, הווה אלחש לך שיר בלט, זמר של אהבה. לילה יורד לאט, ברוח שושן נושבה, הווה אלחש לך שיר בלט, זמר של אהבה. שחר המעיונה, ראשך מלא צללים. החל הבוקר שושנה, הכתפנו לי. שחר המעיונה, ראשך מלא צללים. החל הבוקר שושנה, הכתפנו לי. לילה יורד לאט, ברוח שושן נושבה, הווה אלחש לך שיר בלט, זמר של אהבה. לילה יורד לאט, ברוח שושן נושבה, הווה אלחש לך שיר בלט, זמר של אהבה. זמר של אהבה, זמר של אהבה. That one always takes a little bit out of me. And got one more, also in Hebrew. It's another song of love and loss. I've been singing it a lot this virtual Penzik because I miss everybody and I miss you guys. Li Yiten shtei avot kekedem, כוחר חזק בעצב הנעורים. מי ליתן שתי אבוקות של זוהר, כוחר דלק הנוער גלגל הזמן גולש, ואיש לאיש לוחש, תראה הזמן עבר, הזמן עבר, גלגל הזמן גולש, ואיש לאיש לוחש. תראה הזמן עבר, הזמן עבר. מי ליתן שתי עלמות של חמד, שתי עלמות בחסד השקיעה. מי ליתן חטא מחייך בבוקר, חטא מחייך באושר אהבה. גלגל הזמן גולש, ואיש לאיש לוחש. תראה הזמן עבר, הזמן עבר. גלגל הזמן גולש, ואיש לאיש לוחש. תראה הזמן עבר, הזמן עבר. מי ליתן. That's it. That's all I've got. I hope you all liked it very much.
Thank you so much, Berakha. Now I'm going to keep things moving. Our next performer, also from the East Kingdom, is my dear friend Solveig, and let me see if I've got this right now, Bjarnardottir. Man, those Viking names, I can't say them. Anyway, Solveig.
Guten Abend, mein Freunde. Wie geht es Ihnen? I am here for you tonight with a couple pieces very dear to my heart. If any of you have seen me perform before, you know I don't sing anything happy. That's just not how I roll. So I bring you 3 sad songs, one less than sad, and the rest more sad. So I hope you enjoy. This first piece is Flow My Tears by John Dowland. Flow my tears fall from your springs, exiled forever, let me mourn. When night's blackbird her sad infamy sings, let me live forlorn. Down vain mights shine you no more. No nights are dark enough for those that in despair their last fortunes deplore. Light doth but shame disclose. Never may my woes be relieved, since pity is fled, and tears and sighs and groans my weary days of all joys have deprived. From the highest tower of contentment my fortune is thrown, and fear and grief and pain are my deserts, are my deserts, and my hope, since hope is gone. Hark, you shadows that in darkness dwell, learn to contemn light. Happy, happy, they that in hell feel not the world despite. Hark, your shadows that in darkness dwell, learn to contemn light. Happy, happy, they that in hell feel not the world's despite. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to bring it back to the Ladino land. It's very true to my heart, have actual roots from the Iberian Peninsula as well as the Jewish faith. So I always like to bring a bit of my roots back into my performance. So I give you the first night, La Prima Vez. La prima vez que te vi de tus ojos me enamoré. La prima vez que te vi de tus ojos me enamoré. De aquel momento te amé, fin a la tumba te amaré. De aquel momento te amé, fin a la tumba te amaré. La prima vez que te vi de tus ojos me enamoré. La prima vez que te vi de tus ojos me enamoré. Acércate, mi querida Salvadora de mi vida. Acércate, mi querida Salvadora de mi vida. La prima vez que te vi de tus ojos me enamoré. La prima vez que te vi de tus ojos me enamoré. Descúbrete, háblame, decrétaste la tu vida. Descúbrete, háblame, decrétaste la tu vida. La prima vez que te vi de Thank you. And as Ajir brought you through before, I bring you back to the Irish, because what isn't a ballad without sad and loss and death? But more sad, loss, and death. And I know you can't quite sing along with me, but if you know the words, feel free to sing along. Come over the hills, my bonny Irish lass. Come over the hills to your darling. You choose the road, love, and I'll make the vow. And I'll be your true love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. 'Twas down by Killarney's green woods that we strayed, when the moon and the stars, they were shining. The morn shone its rays on her locks of golden hair, and she swore she'd be my love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. 'Tis not for the parting that my sister pains. 'Tis not for the grief of my mother. 'Tis all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass, that my heart is breaking forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Oh, clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Oh, clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any.
Brava! That was the fantastic Solveig. And next, I'm very proud to introduce Ruqayya bint Rabi'a al Aaliyya, who is also a member of my household, but from a different kingdom, Atlantia, I believe. I think I got that right. And I have a video for her, so we're going to see now if I know what I'm doing when I tried to put this video up. Okay, so this is not working the way I thought it was going to. All right, so I'm having some trouble with this.
You should try sharing. Are you trying to share your screen?
No, I'm actually trying to share from a Google Drive, but when I went to do that, it got a little bit confused, and now it wants me to log into Zoom, but I'm already in Zoom, so I'm not really sure how this is working. This may take me 1 second to figure out, guys. Nope.
The easy way is to play it on your computer, or like have it ready to play on your computer, and then you hit share screen, and that way we will all see it, and the recording will catch it.
Yep.
I will do it that way. All right. Here we go. I've got it ready, and now I'm going to attempt to do this. Screen. Why is it giving me all these options? No, I'm not asking you to record. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. This is weird.
Lila, when you hit share screen, it should give you the option to choose one of many different, like everything you have open. You can click the desktop and just make that your dominant window, or you can click the individual window that is playing the song, but also make sure you're sharing the sound of your computer.
I'm on an iPad, and that may be why this is tricky.
Ooh.
That is almost certainly why that is tricky.
I had no problem sharing my PDF earlier, but I'm having a much harder time with this.
If you want to send it to me, send me the link. I can pull it up on my computer for you.
Let me do that. I will do that.
You can also try sending it to me. It may be easier because I already have moderator set up on this.
Okay. Who am I? Give me an email address to send it to.
I will type it into chat. Can you see chat?
I can grab it. Yeah, no problem. Sorry for the pause, everybody. We'll have this squared away in just a second. We didn't have a dry run on this, so I just sent it to you. Hopefully you will now be able to share it.
Let's see here.
If that fails, we could perhaps give Ruqayya host privileges for a minute so she can share it.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's wanting me to request access and all kinds of...
Yeah, why don't we just do that then? Ruqayya, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I have. So I uploaded an unlisted version to YouTube. If someone who already has...
I already gave you co-host.
Oh, you already gave me
Co-host.
Okay.
It has already happened.
Beautiful. All right, now I have to figure this process out. One moment.
Oh, if you've got it up there, then hold your horses just a moment here. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Outstanding. Now let me see. The question is going to be, can you hear my screen?
There's new music right at the beginning, so.
But it hasn't started yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if you guys can hear it.
There is an option up at the top usually where you can look for a drop down that says to share the sound.
Yeah, I don't have something that's saying that in particular. Can you guys hear it? It's quite loud.
I cannot.
All right, hold on a minute here. Share computer sound. There we go. All right, let's try this one more time.
That was marvelous. Thank you so much, and sorry about the technical difficulties. Our fifth performer tonight is going to be Zahra, who, are you doing all Ladino music, or are you doing some Ladino and some other things? You'll have to let us know. I am uncertain. Anyway, this is the fabulous Zahra, who is also a member of my household and is from the East Kingdom.
Everybody, I am a member of the House of the Lotus, and I am also a member of the East Kingdom. And I will be singing 2 Ladino songs, and they're both Ladino. Neither of them are sad, so sorry. Okay. This first one is a fun one, and I'm not going to tell you what it means because it's way more fun that way. Wait, hang on. Sorry, I'm also having technical difficulties. Okay. Siete modos de guisado, se guisa la berenjena, la primera que la guisa es la baba de Elena, y la hace bocadicos y la mete en una cena. Esta comida la llaman la comida berenjena. A mi tío será así que le agrada beber vino, con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. La segunda que la guisa es la mujer de las llamas, la cavaca por adentro y la hinchida aroma de esta comida la llaman la comida la dolma. La comida la llaman la comida la dolma. A mi tío será así que le agrada beber vino, con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. La tercera que la guisa es mi prima Esther de Choti, la cavaca por adentro y la hinchida arroz moti. Esta comida la llaman la comida almondroti. Esta comida la llaman la comida almondroti. A mi tío será así que le agrada beber vino, con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. La burina está aburrida en color y en olor. Bien haremos una cena, nos casaremos los dos antes que venga el gusano y le quite el sabor. Antes que venga el gusano y le quite el sabor. A mi tío será así que le agrada beber vino. Con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. En las mesas de las fiestas siempre brilla el jandrajo, y hacemos pastelicos y las brillan y los platos esperando ser servidos con los huevos anidados, esperando ser servidos con los huevos anidados. A mi tío será así que le agrada beber vino, con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. La salata majacina es pastosa y saborida, mi vecina la prepara con mucho aceite de oliva. Estos platos acompañan a los rostros de gallinas, estos platos acompañan a los rostros de gallinas. A mi tío será así que le agrada beber vino, con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. La cena que la guisa es mejor y más genuina, la prepara Felicity, la hija de la vecina, y la mete en el forno de cabeza una cocina, con aceite, con pimienta, y la llama una mellina. A mi tío será así que le agrada beber vino, con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. Con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. Con el vino, 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 mucho y bien no le vino. Thank you. So that's a fun one. And I didn't know what it was about for a really long time until I looked it up. Turns out it's about eggplants. I don't even like eggplants, but I like that song. Cool. Hope you like eggplants better than I do. Okay. And let's see. This next one is also not sad, but it's a lot sassier. It's about women being sassy. Morena me llaman, yo blanca nací. Morena me llaman, yo blanca nací. De pasear galana, mi color perdí. De pasear galana, mi color perdí. Morena me llama el hijo del rey. Morena me llaman el hijo del rey. Si otra vez me llama, yo me voy con él. Si otra vez me llama, yo me voy con él. Morena me llaman los marineros. Morena me llaman los marineros. Si otra vez me llaman, yo me voy con ellos. Si otra vez me llaman, yo me voy con ellos. Y si me calana, si quieres venir, y si me calana, si quieres venir, los celos tengo fuertes, no puedo venir, los celos tengo fuertes, no puedo venir. Morena me llaman, yo blanca nací. Morena me llaman, yo blanca nací. De pasear galana, mi color perdí. De pasear galana, mi color perdí.
Brava! And I just want to let everyone know, because this is the material I know best, Morena me llaman also happens to be a period song about a prostitute. It is in fact a courtesan song. So that is excellent for this moment. Oh, and someone asked, what is Ladino? Would you like to take this, or shall I, Zahra?
Ladino is what is called Judeo-Spanish, which means that it's mostly Spanish, but flavored with some Hebrew. In the same way that if you are familiar with Yiddish, it is the equivalent in Spanish to what Yiddish is in German. So Yiddish has like German vocabulary, but with also some Hebrew mixed in. Ladino is that, but with Spanish. But interestingly, it's kind of an old Spanish. It's called Castilian, which is archaic, as I understand. So it's like Hebrew plus Old Spanish.
Thank you.
One of the coolest things ever.
That was a good explanation. And a lot of the Ladino music does in fact date to period, although it's a very labor-intensive process to figure out which things are period. Morena me llaman is, though. All right. We have 2 more performances tonight. Oh, I'm sorry about that. We have 2 more performances tonight. First up is Erin of Caithness, who's going to be performing a poem, and then I will be closing out the evening with some more Ladino music and probably an Italian song just for fun. All right, Erin of Caithness, you are up.
It's actually Caithness, but that's okay. You're not the first one to mispronounce that.
Oh, my apologies. I've clearly watched too much Hunger Games.
Yeah, but when you think about it, it already got the nickname of Cat Island because the Vikings and they fought cats. So you do the math on that.
Nice.
Okay, so I have a poem that I wrote a couple of years ago as a memorial for a fellow fighter that had passed away. She was a fighter for Rome. We all know how Romans are. They are very much a ironclad, tight-knit family, which is no different from anybody else in the SCA, but you can definitely tell who they are. And this, because of my persona being Scots-Irish, aptly named the Shieldmaid of Rome. 'Twas once a lady fair, olive skin and raven hair. She journeyed far and wide to a place to call home, where she finally rested long at last, they called Rome. The lady commander Jade fought beside Pontius and Dominus. Here on the Isles we'd call her the Shieldmaid. Though she was Rome, she was one of us. With her fine hair down, she was dressed in fine lady's attire. But when her hair was swept back, donning that crimson red, she was fire. In her armor of silver and black, the lady centurion brought the fight. Those who'd stayed for attack, while those with sense took flight. This tale was told me by now a long-gone Narnia, a long-time friend of Rome, her shield azure, wreathed in leaves, a ghoul's lion. Frontline Flora, I'll christen her for now. She told me of this battle, where Rome remained unbowed. Standing at 5'1", 115 soaking wet, she was brought behind two tall Romans to back Jade's bet. The two centurions looked on. This little lady's going to get hurt. Jade barked out, "Are you questioning my orders?" "No, sir." The charge came crashing down like the sea a rocky tide. Once, twice, stood the ground, and Jade smiled. Never underestimate one size. She honored her earthly home, the great empire, the Republic of Rome. Win or lose, without fail a smile. Now Thanatos guides her on her final mile. From centurion to knight to kinsman, she never ceased to give for her home. To Minerva's sacred hall venerated, forever the Shieldmaid of Rome.
That was really beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh. I thought about doing a song, and well, because everybody else is doing singing, I feel like me.
Well, I think that was a nice extension. In fact, anyone who took my class on courtesans and performing arts earlier today knows that in almost every place where courtesans were, they were known for their poetry. So I think this was a really excellent moment. Thank you so much for performing. What kingdom do you hail from, by the way?
I hail from Meridies.
Excellent. Meridies in the house. All right.
Represent.
Now it's me. I will be closing out the night, and I'm going to start with one of my favorite Ladino songs. This is actually the Ladino music has very recently started to gain a lot more traction in the SCA, but when I first started doing this music, there were like 3 people in the known world who were doing this music. And this has been one of my favorite songs for probably 15 years. It's called Los Bilbilicos, also known as La Rosa Enflorece, and it is probably a 15th century Ladino song. All right, let me get my starting pitch. Los bilbilicos cantan, que suspiros de amor. Los bilbilicos
en el más de meine Scham mi ventura está en tu poder. Meine Scham mi ventura está en tu poder. Los bíblicos cantan que suspiros de amor. Los bíblicos cantan que suspiro de amor y la pasión me mata muchigo de dolor y la pasión me mata muchigo de dolor. Mas presto van palomba, mas presto van a mí, mas presto van palomba, mas presto van a mí, mas presto tu mi alma, que yo me voy morir, mas presto tu mi alma, y yo me voy morir.
All right. That was my first song. And now I'm going to do something completely different that is like a super far cry from what I was doing before. And I have the wrong book. Darling, would you grab me my opera book? It's the black one. I'll do a different song while I wait for my other book to come back around. We'll just change the order in which I do things. All right. So instead of what I was about to introduce, I'm going to do... Shh. It's a secret, but it's actually not a period song. Almost every Ladino song that I do is period. This is actually an 18th century Ladino song. But it's so pretty, and I love it so much that just this once, I'm going to do it anyway. It's called Una Yo Nací, and in the migration that is the post-expulsion migration of the Jews, one of the places that a lot of Jews ended up was Greece. And this song is actually from a Greek Ladino musical. I don't remember the name of the musical, but it's called Una Yo Nací, and it's very sad, but very sweet. The lyrics translate to, I loved a shepherdess, a beautiful girl. I loved her since childhood. I loved no one else. As one day we were seated in the orchard, I said to her, for you, my flower, I die of love.
She took me in her arms, kissed me with love, and answered with sweetness, "You're too young for love." I grew up and I looked for her. She chose another and I lost her. She forgot me, but I always loved her. So it's very, you know, tender and sad.
Una pastora iami, una hija hermosa, de mi chiques yo la adoré, mas que ella no a mí. De mi chiques yo la adoré, mas que ella no a mí. Un día que estábamos en la huerta sentados, le dije yo, por ti, mi flor, me muero de amor. Le dije yo, por ti, mi flor, me muero de amor. En sus brazos me apretó con amor, me besó, me respondió con dulzor, sos chico para amor. Me respondió con dulzor, sos chico para amor. Me engrandecí y la busqué, otro tomó y la pedí. Ella se olvidó de mí, mas siempre yo la amé. Ella se olvidó de mí, mas siempre yo la amé.
I really like singing that song. It's so pretty. All right, I have one last song I'm going to do, and this time I'm going to bring it around to perhaps the type of courtesan we are all the most familiar with, which is the late period Italian courtesan. And a lot of people don't know, but Italian courtesans were heavily involved in the earliest operas. And this is one of those early operas. It was written in 1643, so we're taking that little 1650 extension for the purpose of this piece. It's from an opera called L'Incoronazione di Popea, which means the coronation of Popea. And this is a aria sung by Ottavia, who is the old queen who is being abandoned for a new queen. She's not super happy about it. And the lyrics, a lot of them are about how, as women, we raise young men who will then grow up to be awful to other women. Which may be a concept that, even in this modern era, we can all understand just a little bit. So this is called Disprezza Regina, and usually it would be sung with accompaniment, but I can't play piano and sing at the same time, so it's going to be done without accompaniment. In period, it would have been a harpsichord. Anyway. Disprezzata Regina, Regina, Regina disprezzata, disprezzata Regina del monarca romano, afflitta, afflitta, afflitta moglie. Che son, ove son, che penso, oh, delle uomini miserabile stesso, e la natura e il cielo libera ci produce, il matrimonio cincatino servi, su concepimo l'uomo, miserabile stesso, a nostre mio tirana formiamo memora, e liatiamo il carne, fece crudele che ciascuno ci svena, e siam costretto per indegna sorte a noi medesme fabbricar la morte. Nerone, nerone, più nerone, Dio, moreto bestemmiato per sempre, maledetto dai corda i miei. Dove vuoi me? Dove sei? Il braccio di Popea, il braccio di Popea dove muore, felice e gode, felice gode. Intanto il frequente cader di piante mie.
si turni angoscia il mio
And that brings us to the close of our Courtesan Showcase. I hope that you have all had a fantastic time this evening, and I also hope that our recording came out because everybody was so marvelous. Thank you all for being here, and if any of you have questions for any of the courtesans who are still around, please feel free to speak up.
I have one. Can you hear me? Yes?
Sorry, yes, I can hear you. I didn't realize I'd already hit my mute button. Sorry, go ahead, Antoinette. Antoinette, I think you hit your mute button after I hit my mute button.
Let's try that again. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yes, I can.
Okay, my question is this. When you're talking Ladino, are you talking pre or post 1492?
Well, Ladino music covers both the pre- and post-expulsion eras. One of the big challenges in the field of Ladino music is identifying which songs were written before 1492. There are ways to do it, but it's sort of a multifold process. I would be happy to direct you to some resources on how that's done, but generally speaking, it's a combination of linguistic analysis, music analysis, and an analysis of the geographic spread of the song. We think that there's a lot of Ladino music that's period, but it's very difficult to determine which pieces.
Thank you.
No problem.
I just want to say this has been really special. Each performer brought something individual and personal to the performance, so everybody was wonderful, and thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, one other question.
Yeah.
Why a Ladino persona?
Well, I can't speak for anyone else, although I do know a fair bit about a couple of others. But I am of Jewish heritage, and I discovered Ladino music when I was recording a Jewish album with my mother when I was like 17 years old. And I've been sort of on a journey of exploring the music for more than 20 years now, since I first came across a piece called Adiós Querida, which was the first one I saw. But that's, for me, that's the reason why I went towards that. It represented music that I loved and represented my culture, and was a really interesting educational journey for me. And it's very difficult for us to document other Jewish music to period. Ladino music is easier to document than most Jewish music, with the exception of some Italian choral music.
And it doesn't have the harshness that you get with the Yiddish.
It's true.
It's a lot soft. In fact, the Hebrew that is used in Israel today is based on Sephardic, not Ashkenazic.
Well, I think, is Berakha still here? No, I think she logged out. Berakha can tell a whole lot about the changes in musical styles that have happened. I'm not musical, I'm sorry, linguistic styles that have happened. Berakha is sort of an expert on the development of Hebrew as a language, but yes, it certainly is much closer to Sephardi pronunciations. Anybody else?
I kind of feel bad at the moment because I invited like two of my friends, my closest friends, to come and hear y'all do performances, and it was also the first performance I've done in a couple of years. So I have to actually legitimately ask, are we going to be able to post up a video like for our friends and our family and such like that?
Absolutely.
I feel bad.
No, absolutely. These are going to be posted as soon as everybody gives their approval. It'll all go onto the Courtesans YouTube, I believe. Can my courtesan host verify that for me?
That actually will kind of be up to you guys where you would like it to be posted. It will actually be turned over to you as the host / presenter / facilitator, and from there we can put it wherever, but certainly we can share wherever it should end up. The link can be widely shared in the Courtesans, all of that.
All right, that sounds good. I think almost everybody has already gotten back to me and said that they were comfortable being recorded, so I'll double check and get releases from everyone, and then probably we can go ahead and put it on the Courtesans YouTube page.
Yeah, 'cause my two friends have finally been able to show up because they're in like Central Time Zone, and yeah.
Excuse my ignorance. Where is the Courtesans YouTube channel?
I have no idea.
That is a important question.
There actually is not one, which is why I say we'll yeah, exactly. We'll kind of figure out.
We'll figure something out.
Let me put it this way: there is not one today. Perhaps by the end of this, there will be one.
I think that's an excellent way to think about it. I think we
should
plan on
creating the next question. The next question, my ladies. Can we do this again, please? Because I would like to be able to share this with other bards who play in the SCA and some that do cross gaming. I'm one of those that cross game. I admit that. So.
Well, I thought it was marvelous, and I would certainly be happy to organize another one of these. So
do it. Do it.
Do it.
I heard that.
I'm just so glad everyone had a good time. And I thought the level of talent was outstanding. So thank you all for participating. And I'm going to leave, but for as long as the hostess holds it open, I don't mind if you chat or randomly start a bardic circle or something. Whatever works for you.
We can do a thing, because there was one other piece I wanted to do, and this was a request from my husband because he asks me to sing this almost all the time. Have any of y'all seen King Arthur?
Which King Arthur?
The Sarmatian storyline.
Sure.
No.
Okay, you might know this, you might not, so I'll go ahead and just go from there. Oh my God, it has been that long since I sang it, so I apologize if I butcher it. Land of fair and land of eagles, land that gave us birth and blessing, land that ever calls us homeward. We will go home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. Land of freedom, land of heroes, land that gave us hope and memory. Hear our singing, hear our calling. We will go home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. Land of sun, land of moonlight, land that gave us joy and sorrow, land that gave us love and laughter. We will go home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. When the land is there before us, we have gone home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. We will go home. We will go home. We will go home across the mountains. So yeah, that's the song that he asked me to sing. And I even know it in Old Norse. I got that bored. I apologize, y'all. So, but it was something that when we first got together, he asked me to sing that. And
No apology necessary. It was so lovely. Thank you.
I got nervous. Leave me alone.
All right, I'm officially leaving now. Bye, everybody.
Bye, thank you.
I'm going to pretend like I'm an adult now. So, yeah. We'll see you next time.